Hey, Iron Pigs fans, Mike Ventola with you. Very excited to be talking to Richard Levy, who's the Vice President of Marketing and Public Affairs at Lehigh Valley Health Network. Rich, first and foremost, thank you so much for joining me. And secondly, how have you been doing throughout this entire pandemic?
Mike, it's a pleasure, and thanks for asking me to do this. We've been busy, as you can imagine. Our department, marketing and public affairs, every bit of communication that's going out, whether it's internal or external, filters and flows through us. So the team has been phenomenal. We've been on 7 days a week. And we're just really actively trying to make sure that number one, we're educating the public the best, and educate and inform the best that we possibly can. And number two, make sure that we are, providing the right messaging to help our healthcare providers, who obviously are we keep using the word heroes, but it's just incredible what they're dealing with.
No, of course, your entire medical staff and teams have been phenomenal in what they've been able to do in battling this pandemic. But for you, and you kind of talked about a little bit, working around the clock, 7 days a week, has this challenged you and your team in new ways to even be a little bit more creative you think you'd ever be in regards to getting your message out each day?
That is an excellent question. It certainly has. It has pushed us to new challenges. It's pushed us to new timelines, things that are being done in hours that used to take us weeks, because of the necessity to make sure that we are getting that right message. And as you well know, during this whole pandemic, the messaging has changed dramatically, throughout the pandemic. And so we are doing things, I think, a lot faster, a lot more creative. Again, just to make sure that we're getting things out there, and we're pushing people. We're pushing them beyond their comfort zone, and in many respects, you can see that a lot of growth will come out of this challenge for our folks, publicists and marketers.
For everything too that's been going on, and for you, I'm sure it's allowed you to kind of maybe see a different skill set for yourself that you had to dig deep down in the well. But for folks who may be watching, want to know, how does one become a vice president of marketing and public affairs at a humongous health network like it is yourself? What was the journey like for you getting to the role that you're currently in right now?
It was really this was, for me, it was somewhat serendipitous. I most of my career has been in the healthcare and the pharmaceutical and healthcare arena. Spent most of it managing large global ad agencies, and then was in private equity for the last 8 or 9 years as a portfolio CEO. So I was buying and integrating public relation and advertising agencies. Again, all really in the healthcare arena, so pharmaceutical and hospital systems. I took the last private equity firm I was with. We bought 7 ad agencies and PR agencies. We took them to an exit, and upon exit, I left and wasn't sure what I was going to do, and needed to take the 2-year non-compete, and actually did something in many respects totally different. I actually went and ran a very large law firm that is New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania based. I used the word serendipitous before because I had no intention of relocating anymore, and I had no intention in my mind of going to a hospital or a healthcare system. But the chairman of the board of the law firm had been involved with Lehigh Valley Health Network for 20 plus years. He left the law firm about a year and a half ago or so, and called me up one day and said, "We're looking to make some changes, and we want to bring a new head of marketing and public affairs in. We know you know a lot of people in this arena. Can you give us some names and some people to talk to?" So I met with the CEO and the chief strategic officer here, and through a number of hours at dinner with the chief strategic officer, he said, you know, you ought to really think about this position and talk to us formally about it. Again, Mike had no idea that I would end up here. And really what happened was, as I started to look into LVHN, I had no idea how big they were. I had no idea to the magnitude of not only the size, but the quality of care. And as I started to look into it, I started to get even that much more excited. And about 9 months later, here I am.
And what's great to go along about that too, because you've talked so much about your journey, are there some fun aspects of what you do that may not be well noticed by the public eye, that, you know, they would really have to get to know you specifically or get to know more about your job to sit there and say, man, what Rich does each and every day, it's really cool, but you may not hear about it very often.
Thank you. It's a great question. I think one of the exciting things I get to do is to be, well, this is a whole new community for me. And what this job has allowed me to do is to become very, very much part of the community. Almost right away, I got involved with the Iron Pigs, and what a fine organization that is. And with the chamber and many other things. I'm on the board now of the Boy Scouts. So it's one of the things that you don't think about is all the extra curricular activities that come along with this. Some of the speaking engagements, and really just becoming part of the community. And one of that to me was one of the exciting things about this position. And when I spoke about potentially taking the position, they had asked me if I would entertain relocating to the area, not living, you know, an hour away in New Jersey. And frankly, I said, the only way I would take this position is if I made the commitment to make the move to the community, because I would find it very hypocritical to be head of marketing, community, and public affairs, and then get in my car every day and drive back to New Jersey. So I think that's one of the surprising things, though, is before the pandemic, there wasn't a week where at least one night a week, if not more, I was out, you know, at some event. And I find it very gratifying.
Which is great. And you mentioned too about our partnership together. And, you know, that's kind of what, you know, us talking about today as well, too, not only getting to know you and what the work you've been doing at LVHN, but our partnership as well. And when you can kind of think back to how long, you know, both Lehigh Valley Health Network and the Iron Pigs have been together, what do you think has been the most rewarding aspect of this partnership from your perspective?
I think from my perspective, it really is, I think it's the mutual respect out of the partnership that both parties have, and the creativity that has come. I think, you know, Kurt is, as you well know, is an incredible marketer. I think I met him my first week here for lunch, and he came to the table with some just incredible ideas. I think what I really like the best out of the relationship is you've got two organizations, I think, that are really in it and trying to do the right thing for the community as a whole, and the charitable contributions, and doing it while having fun. And this partnership has allowed us to deliver a number of health messages, health and wellness messages to the community, and vice versa. The Iron Pigs have given us, you know, that incredible opportunity to do so. So to me, I think it's the charitable spirit behind both parties that has made this relationship what it is, and continues to grow. And we're you know, with what's going on right now, obviously you know, one of the things that we do miss is all of the opportunities that we've had during game days to get health and wellness messages out, both in an educational and a fun way with the Iron Pigs.
No, it's been great partnering with you as well, too, because, you know, just a few weeks ago, the Iron Pigs, in partnership with some other founding partners, putting on televised virtual baseball, but also to creating a T-shirt where proceeds helped benefit Lehigh Valley Health Network in this together. And when you can recall seeing the T-shirt, and also too knowing that this community here in the Lehigh Valley came together to help raise funds, what did that mean to you?
I think that, I think that means everything to us. Again, it's, part of our mission is to very actively give back to the community. And the Iron Pigs obviously have that same mission, and doing that T-shirt and raising funds, for both healthcare systems. That to me, again, it just says so much about what the community means to the Iron Pigs, and how much the Iron Pigs are a fiber of the Lehigh Valley.
Rich, got to ask you, what's the most enjoyable part about CocaCola Park in your mindset, whether it be a specific place, any fun stuff that we do? What do you enjoy most?
It's, to me, the atmosphere is just incredible. Up until a year and a half ago, people told me all about it, and I had never been there, and I was just blown away. I think it is just it's built for socializing. It's built for families. It's built to go out and see some great ball, but also walking around, and facilities are phenomenal. To me, it's just an incredibly great social event.
When you go to the ballpark, what's your go-to food and or beverage?
Well, my go-to beverage, very late in life, Mike, a few years ago, I actually developed a very severe allergy to beer. So, yeah, I know.
Oh, my heart goes out to you.
You have no idea. You have no idea. I go into anaphylactic shock, and here's somebody. I mean, I went to Syracuse University. There was some beer drinking there. So my go-to drink is I've got to go up to your barn, vodka club soda on a beautiful night.
Nice.
And as far as the food, you know what? There's very little I don't like. So, but I think I've sampled just about everything, including. But your barbecue is very good.
Oh yeah, I know that's a fan favorite as well too. Have you always been a baseball fan, or was it when you got a chance to really see CocaCola Park as kind of what maybe introduced you to baseball?
CocaCola Park, it actually rekindled my love of baseball. Growing up as a kid, we had season tickets early on. I hate to admit my team is the Baltimore Orioles, but at one point in time they were very good.
Yep.
And then when we moved to the New York area, it was a lot more difficult getting to a Yankee or a Met game. But we would go a few times a year, and I'd watch it on TV constantly through high school. I then, after college or so, I didn't follow baseball until I moved down to Atlanta. I spent 9 years in Atlanta, and I had season tickets for the Braves, and got back into it. And then moved back to the Northeast, got away from it. So the Coca-Cola, long answer, CocaCola Park has absolutely rekindled. It brings out so much of what I love being in the ballpark. A great place to sit on a nice evening with family or friends, watch some great talent, and socialize. That's, to me, is the beauty of baseball.
You might have just answered it, but I did have one final question for you, Rich, is that when the dust settles and social distancing and everything like that comes to an end and we get back to whatever the new normal may be, what are you looking forward to most?
I'm looking forward to coming out to the stadium with family and friends and socializing. I'm looking forward to going to restaurants. I'm looking forward to going anywhere and to end this house arrest. But I'm sure it seems like you as well. I'm a fairly social person, and love hanging with my family and my friends in fun venues such as Coca-Cola Park. Not being able to do that is torturous right now.
hopefully we can get you that opportunity that when our first game, whenever that may be, you're sitting in your normal seat or upstairs in a bar having that vodka tonic and you are enjoying some Iron Pigs baseball.
I am so looking forward to it. I just, in the interim, you know, I hope you and your family and everyone remains well. And as much as we'd love to get out there tomorrow, you know, this, as you well know, you know, this thing is real, and social distancing is going to remain our friends until we have therapy and vaccine. But
you're absolutely right, Rich. Well, Rich, thank you so much, and my best to you and your loved ones and everybody at Lehigh Valley Health Network. We once again cannot thank you all enough for the great work you're doing each and every day, and you guys are top notch, and thank you for your time.
Mike, thank you. Pleasure meeting you. We love the pigs, and we hope to see you all out there live very soon.